What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess. And I decided to come through with a quick video before this panel starts at seven. Oh, I'm sorry. Before this panel starts at 9:15 Eastern time. You know what I'm saying? I decided to just come through with a video because, baby, when I got home from work, I was tired. Okay, I took my ass to sleep, even though I had told myself last night that when I get home from work, honey, I'm gonna come home and do a couple of Yes for the Messes for the day, and I'm gonna get ready for this panel. But baby, when you have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go to work at 5 a.m., that's a lot. So I just took my ass to sleep. And when I woke up, I decided, well, I just do this Macy Gray video today, and then whatever other videos that I didn't do today, I just do them tomorrow. You know what I mean? Because I'm off tomorrow, so I have time for that. But before we get into anything, the promo that you just saw was brought to you in part by NOVAH Cosmetics, which is a cosmetic line that was started by my best friend Jamar84 and his business partner Lexsquisite, for all of my beautiful black women that watch my channel and my beautiful black queens as well. If you're interested in the cosmetic line, all you gotta do is go to the website, honey, and order it. It's worth your dime and your time. Okay, so be sure to check it out. Support black businesses, and they're good people, so the product will be good as well. Okay, and one more thing before we get into this mess, tomorrow will be the last episode of Roasted Review for a while. Okay, as you guys know, me, Terrence, Josiah, we have used Roast and Review as a side panel. You know, we talked about Portia's Family Matters. We talked about Candy and the Gang, and we also talked about Love and Marriage Charlottesville. And since Love and Marriage Charlottesville's mid-season finale aired just this past Saturday, this will be the last episode of Roast and Review for a while. So I think all three of us will be appearing for this. This will be the last one, and it will be on Terrence's channel, which is giving you the real tea. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow night at 8:15 Eastern time. That's 8:15 Eastern time. Be sure to tune into that on Giving You the Real Tea. Now let's get into what this video is currently about, and that is Macy Gray. Okay. Now apparently Macy Gray went on not went on Bette Midler, but Macy Gray went on Piers Morgan, and they were talking about transgender women, and Miss Macy Gray gave her thoughts and opinions on what trans women are, and she has gotten a lot of backlash for her remarks. And I will say that one thing about Miss Macy Gray, she stands by what she said, and I can only respect somebody who can stand by what they say. So I'm gonna play an audio of what she said on Piers Morgan. I'm gonna play that audio, and then once the audio was done playing, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and my opinions on what she had to say. So my Bluetooth speaker is ready. Where is it? Oops. All right. So let's get into what Miss Macy Gray had to say. Let's get into it, y'all.
What would you say?
Let's say a human being.
If I asked you what a woman is, what would you say?
Let's say a human being with boobs. You have to start there.
Yeah, I mean, the dictionary is quite straightforward. It just says a human, adult, female, right?
No, a lot of people. Yeah, see, that's a little getting confusing. The whole he, she, they. That's getting a little.
And I'm not sure why, really. It's a bit like this whole issue of transgenders in sport. I support all trans rights to fairness and equality.
Me too.
But not where you have people born to obvious physical superior bodies.
Me too.
Transitioning and then thrashing the women at their sport.
I totally agree. And I will say this, and everybody's going to hate me, but as a woman, just because you go change your parts doesn't make you a woman.
Right.
Sorry.
You feel that?
I know that for a fact. Like, if you want me to call you a her, I will, because that's what you want. But that doesn't make you a woman just because I call you a her and just because you got a surgery.
Because people do feel that there's biological sex and then there's gender identity, that you can identify as whatever you like
in terms
of a gender, right? That's the freedom we live in.
Absolutely.
But actually you can't change the mechanics of biological sex. They are what they are.
Well, just women go through just a completely unique experience, and surgery or finding yourself doesn't change that. Being a little girl is a whole epic book, and you can't have that just because you want to be a woman.
I mean, that when people like J.K. Rowling have said this, they get attacked, they get abused.
Yeah.
The cancel culture mob comes from me. She gets called transphobic and so on. You might get the same for saying it.
But it's the truth. And I don't think you should be called transphobic just because you don't agree with I just, there's a lot of, judgment and throwing, stones at people for just saying what it is. You know what I mean?
If I ask you what a woman is,
Okay, so that was Macy Gray and her speaking on her thoughts and opinions on what a woman is and what a woman is not. Okay, that was her. Those were her opinions. Okay, those were her opinions. So I'm gonna say this. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. Everybody has a right to speak however they want to. Everybody has a right to agree to disagree on whatever it is they want to, right? Right? Okay. Now, I wouldn't necessarily call Macy Gray transphobic. I wouldn't call her transphobic. But what I would say is that I think that she could be ignorant to the whole transgender thing. But a lot of women, a lot of cisgendered women think the same way that Macy Gray does. I mean, some cisgendered women do feel like no matter if you transitioned or not, you're still a man. You're not because you're not a natural born man. You took hormones, you had a surgery, you switched your gender out on your own terms. That doesn't make you a woman. So a lot of cisgendered women feel like, you know what I'm saying, if you wasn't born a woman, if you don't go through the things that we go through, if you don't have a period, if you don't give birth to a child, you're not a woman. Just because you went and got boobs and all of this other stuff and hair and everything else, that doesn't make you a woman. Just because you got hormones, it doesn't make you a woman. So a lot of cisgendered women feel that way. And a lot of the time cisgender women feel like they're being erased by the transgender community, in which I disagree with. I don't think that the natural born woman is being erased by the transgender community at all. I just think that they exist. And I think that at this point they're making themselves known. For a long damn time. Transgendered women did not have a voice. They wasn't allowed to do certain things. They wasn't even allowed to be themselves in public, and now they're able to be themselves and shout for their own rights and every damn thing else. Um, she did say, however, if your pronouns is she will call you she. She won't disrespect you for she won't disrespect your pronouns and call you a he. You know what I mean? And so it's just like it could be a situation where she doesn't fully understand transitioning. I know that as a gay black man, I don't fully understand transitioning myself. I'm still learning certain things. Like there's a lot of things about pronouns and stuff like that I don't really understand just yet, but I'm still learning and I'm willing to learn more about it. Like the whole non-binary thing. I don't necessarily understand what non-binary is, but I'm willing to learn more about it. Like I said, I had a cousin that I don't really speak to anymore, but I have a cousin who was transitioning before we stopped talking. And I would make it my business to get her pronouns right. I did have a couple of slip ups at the very beginning. I fucked up and called her him and stuff like that. Give me one second. I fucked up and called her him and all this other stuff, and fucked up and called her by the name that she was given by her mom. Like I did fuck up and do that, but it was never on purpose. So at this point, Macy Gray is, getting backlash for her comments. And I think that I'm not gonna say that I'm not necessarily gonna I don't think that she was being transphobic. I don't think so. I just think that people have the right to how they feel. You know what I mean? Like I think that I mean, I don't know. Because I don't know. Because I'm really going back and forth with this. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like you mad because she doesn't think that you're a woman. So, in your mind, you are a woman. You went through the surgery, you went through all of this. I don't I don't really think that she's transphobic. And I think she has a right to her opinion. Like, she didn't say anything that was completely, she didn't say anything that was disrespectful, because if she said some disrespectful stuff, um I would definitely think that she was transphobic, but I think she doesn't fully understand the transgender community, nor does she fully understand transitioning. And this is coming from someone who's not necessarily a Macy Gray fan. Like, I only like one damn song by her, and that's I try to say goodbye and not choke. Try to walk away and not stumble. I always try to hide it. It's clear. My world crumbles when you are not there. You know, that's what I'm saying. But what I will say is this. While I don't see nothing completely fucked up about what she said, at the same point in time, trans women exist, and it doesn't make them any less of a woman just because they wasn't naturally born a woman. The experiences may be different, but it doesn't make them any less than a woman. Um, it is, in a sense, it can be a little sensitive when you come out on a public platform and say the things that you say when they're already oppressed, and people are always try to invalidate them all the time. You know, like the trans community gets it. Sometimes I feel like the trans community gets it worse than me as a gay male. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I will say, in my honest opinion, I feel like trans women are women, regardless if they were naturally born a woman or not. I personally feel like trans women are women. I feel like they may not be biologically a woman, but I feel like they're women, and they have every right to be considered as such, because that's what they are. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I get from it. And then it's like, even though what she said was not horrible, it can come across dismissive to those that is transgender. You know what I mean? I feel like I feel like this is a whole another conversation about the oppression of women and the oppression of transgendered women, because I feel like they could both be on the same team if you really want to be honest about it. And I feel like they should be on the same team because they're both oppressed. But there's this divide between transgendered women and cisgendered women. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't know. I'm very conflicted about her statement, you know. I don't know how people are going to feel about me and my opinion about this, but I'm personally not going to cancel Macy Gray because I don't feel like she completely disrespected the transgendered community. But at the same time, I'm not transgendered, so I don't know how they feel. You know, I couldn't tell them how they're supposed to feel or how they're supposed to react by what she said. I do know that she realized that she was going to be hated for what she said. I do realize that she already knew that she was going to get some backlash from what she said, and that's on period. She already knew that. But um I could understand how a transgendered woman would feel like what Macy Gray said could come across as dismissive. I could understand that part. You know what I mean? Like, I could definitely understand how they could feel like it's dismissive and it's making them feel like less than, because transgender women already feel like they're less than. You know what I'm saying? You know? So I'm not going to give her any vitriol, because in the same breath, even though she feels like just because you get the surgery, that doesn't make you a woman, she did say that she would respect any trans person that wants to be identified as a woman. If you identify yourself as a woman, I'm going to treat you as a woman. I'm going to identify you as a woman. I'm not going to call you he, like some of these other bloggers do when they talk about people like T.S. Madison and constantly call them a he, you know, those type of bloggers. Yeah. She still decides, you know, she still says, you know, I'm going to call them, you know, she. If those are your pronouns, I'm gonna respect your pronouns. I feel like even though she got an opinion about it. I don't think that she's super. That's why I feel like she's not transphobic. I just think that she just has her own opinion. And we can't force her to feel that way. It's kind of like there's people in my life that I respect. They may not agree with homosexuality, but they respect me for being who I am. They may not agree with the quote unquote lifestyle, but they love me enough to respect me. And in my opinion, you don't have to agree with my quote unquote lifestyle, because who I decide to sleep with really ain't got nothing to do with you. So however you feel about it don't matter to me. So even in this instance, regardless of what Macy Gray had to say, I feel like trans women shouldn't even be offended, because what she says really doesn't matter. If you know that, I'm not gonna say if you know that you're a woman, but you know what you are, and you really don't need nobody to tell you what you are. You know what I mean? At all. You don't. So, I'm very conflicted with it. I'm not even gonna lie, because I don't think that Macy Gray was being transphobic, and I don't think that she was speaking against her fans, because I know that a lot of her fans are the LGBT. So, I'm not sure. But I'm not upset with her. I'm definitely gonna say that. I'm not upset at Macy for saying what she felt, for saying how she feels. I don't think it's complete disrespect. I do understand how it could be a little bit dismissive, but I don't think that it's completely disrespectful. I don't know. And like I said, I'm not, transgender people and gay men are in the same community, but I always tell you guys that I'm very far removed from the LGBT community. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always lost. I'm always confused about a lot of things. So I'm not, I'm lost on a lot, but I could understand why a transgender woman would feel like Macy Gray was being dismissive to who they are. You know what I'm saying? But there can be a lot of different ways where, people could, you know, comment and have a rebuttal to what Macy Gray says. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, I'm not mad at her, but I do think that she's definitely going to get canceled by the gay community. But I'm not gonna cancel her though, but because I don't think she was being completely disrespectful. Little dismissive, but not disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I do know that she um that she probably could have been misunderstood. I mean, but she did come out and say what she said. She did make a statement to Billboard. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this statement that she put out there. She said, "I have nothing but love for the LGBTQ plus and transgender community, and have been a supporter since day one. My statement on Piers Morgan was grossly misunderstood. I don't hate anyone. I respect everyone's right to feel comfortable in their bodies and live in their own truth." Okay. So that's what she said to Billboard. Um, so yeah, that's what she said. And that's all I can really say about it, you guys. That's all I really got for it. I'm not necessarily upset at her. I do think that she probably came across a little bit dismissive for some, but I don't think that what she said was completely fucked up. I think it's more of the ignorance to the transgender community, and I think it's more so her not understanding and being confused. And me as a gay man, I'm still learning certain things. So that's how I took it. But I'm very interested to see how you guys took it. With that being said, though, this was another episode of Yes for the Mess. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you could be notified whenever a video drops. Also, if you want me to follow you back on if you want to follow me on social media, let me make that clear first. Follow me on Twitter, IG, and TikTok. Everything would be down in the description box. And if you want me to follow you back on IG, all you gotta do is hit me up in the DMs and let me know that you're following me and that you want to follow back with the hashtag message Team Scotty or hashtag Scotty Gang. Thank you, Prophet, for the name. With that being said, you guys, your boy is out of here until the panel, which will be on Really B's page. I will see you guys then. Bye, you guys.